Hello everyone, this is a tarot reading for the sign Pisces on the topic will there be a meeting, will there be a new acquaintance in the month of August, what can you expect in your love life. So Pisces, let's see whether you will meet someone in August, what will the cards show us, and will there be a new acquaintance or any meetings for those born under the sign Pisces during the month of August. Well, let's take a look, Pisces. Let's take a look. The Nine of Pentacles and the Seven of Wands are coming up. The Nine of Pentacles, of course, is not really a card of meetings. It's more about your independence, about your attitude towards life. It is also a work-related card. So during the month of August, you may be working very hard and focusing on your job. Some of you may also be competing with other people, or let's say fighting hard for success, fighting for money or for material stability. So the cards are indicating that new acquaintances or meetings in the month of August are most likely not going to happen, because the entire month seems to be focused on work, achievements, and your independence. The Nine of Pentacles usually represents people who are comfortable being on their own. These are people who don't necessarily feel the need to have someone by their side or to have someone to go out and spend time with. Instead, they are mainly focused on material security and becoming self-sufficient. And that's not a bad thing. In fact, it's a good thing in many ways, because when you're independent and don't rely on anyone else, this is definitely a strength. However, these cards do not directly point to meetings or new acquaintances. And since our question is specifically about meetings, whether there will be any meetings or new acquaintances during the month of August, the answer is most likely no. That is because there is a very strong focus on work, achievements, career, and moving forward socially. Now let's see what you should focus on during the month of August. Let's see, Pisces, what you should focus on during the month of August. The Emperor and the Two of Pentacles are coming up. First of all, the Emperor points to documents and government institutions, so your main focus should be on matters related to paperwork and official documents. Some of you may need to apply for documents, renew them, or simply get your paperwork in order. In addition, the Emperor represents structure, organization, and order. So this card is encouraging you to stay focused on creating structure in your life during the month of August, because with the Two of Pentacles there can be this desire for chaos or even actual chaos during the month of August, where you'll be trying to do everything at once, trying to be everywhere, trying to spend time with everyone, and trying to give attention to every situation. The Emperor, however, is telling you that you should focus much more on stability, discipline, and order. The Emperor can also represent a person, so the cards may be pointing to a father figure or to a man who is present in your life. It could be an uncle or another relative, someone you may need to spend time with. The cards also indirectly point to work and work-related matters. So overall, they are saying that you should devote your time to your job during the month of August. And that's exactly why the first card suggested that new acquaintances are unlikely to happen, because your attention will most likely be directed towards work instead. Now let's see what you may actually be blocking your love life right now. What may actually be blocking your love life right now? In other words, what could be preventing you from meeting someone? The Tower and the World. So what could this mean? Now, first of all, the Tower can point to unexpected events that seem to happen to you all the time. For example, let's say you were supposed to go somewhere, maybe meet someone at the cafe, and perhaps at that cafe you could have met someone new, but then, I don't know, for example, someone calls you and you suddenly have to go somewhere else and you end up doing something completely different. So these unexpected situations can completely change your plans. And because of that, everything shifts, the energy changes, and as a result, the meeting or a new acquaintance simply doesn't happen because your plans change so quickly and so suddenly. The word can also point to travel, especially traveling abroad. Some of you Pisces may be traveling a lot, moving from place to place, suddenly living somewhere, possibly even because of work, and because of that, there simply isn't enough time for everything to go according to plan. What's really interesting is that the cards are advising you to focus on creating more order in your life during the month of August, to restore some kind of structure, and stability. Because what may actually be blocking your love life is this very chaos when you suddenly have to go somewhere or your plans change without warning. But I've already explained what these cards can represent. So now, Pisces, let's take at the overall outcome for your love life during the month of August. The overall outcome for those born under the sign Pisces in August. So we've already seen that most likely there won't be any meetings or new acquaintances during the month of August based on the Nine of Pentacles and Seven of Wands. But nevertheless, let's take a look at the overall outcome for you in August. The Four of Wands. The Four of Wands is an interesting card because it does suggest that there may be some clarity or even some meetings. However, these meetings are more likely to be friendly rather than romantic. So there could be some friendly communication or spending time with friends. The Four of Wands also represents the family home, or in general a place where you feel comfortable, where you used to be in, and where you feel at peace. So some of you Pisces may return home during the month of August. You may return to your home town, return to your home country, visit your parents, simply go back to a place where you used to live or where you feel safe. So overall, this is actually a good card. It's a positive card. It suggests that you shouldn't completely rule out the possibility of some meetings. However, during the month of August, your main focus is still likely to be on work. That being said, some opportunities may still be there. The most important thing is that nothing changes too suddenly, because these sudden changes, as well as traveling or constantly moving from one place to another, may be what prevents you from meeting someone or getting to know someone new.